What? Put a. Sorry. Could you repeat that again?
You're cold with the fan on.
Am I cold with the fan? No. No, I'm just no. I'm warm. I'm actually warm.
It's chilly outside, so let's.
So I just open the window. Hold on, I'll be with you. Yes. Hold on.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now. Orthopedic means comfort. That's comfier. Get it, guys. The best way to see the USA starts in a Chevy MV. Room for the whole family. Tech to bring everyone closer. Added peace of mind for every mile. Range to take you farther.
What?
Right now, it's 2026 Chevy Traverse LT. Or $7 per month. Your local Chevy.
You want to get milk and
Super Bowl 12 is presented properly by Ford. Take the season by storm in a weather-ready Ford SUV. Visit local.ford.com to see the full lineup.
Using your father's car or my car?
President Donald Trump ordering federal immigration agents to help with security at U.S. airports as budget concerns continue. News 12's Tim Hartman is at JFK now with the latest details. Tim.
Well, Marissa, passengers are once again being asked to pack their patients as they head here to JFK. Some are seeing a shortage of TSAs, while others are feeling the impact of the deadly crash and closures at LaGuardia. Colin Kurtz found himself on the floor of JFK after his early flight from LaGuardia was canceled.
I was panicked, so I just looked at the first thing I could find out here.
Colin sat for several hours as long lines stretched around JFK's Terminal 8 this morning. This as a federal funding standoff continues, with many TSA agents calling out sick from work or leaving the job.
Because not say literally wraps around the entire building. It's probably going to take 3 hours to get through.
But as the day grew longer, some lines got shorter, making it smoother for others.
We came like 3 hours early instead of 2, and it seems fine so far.
Federal immigration noticeably present among
Getting this-
passengers as President Trump deploys agents to
Yes.
U.S. airports. Some lawmakers and union leaders say these officers are not trained for airport security and worry it could add more tension. Passengers with mixed reactions.
It's a little weird. ICE agents, but I guess whatever works, right?
Wonder about ICE agents doing TSA work because they haven't been trained. So I did have a thought about that. But we'll just hope for the best.
I guess if it helps, it helps. For now, I mean, but they should really make a deal with Congress.
The Department of Homeland Security says more than 11% of TSA agents nationwide called out of work yesterday, the highest since the shutdown. We're told that more than 37% of TSA agents here at JFK called out, 21% at LaGuardia. Right now, it's unclear exactly how many federal immigration agents are being deployed to our local airports. We're at JFK tonight. Tim Hartman, News 12.
Further disruptions across the board there. Tim, thank you. The clock is ticking for New York City to close a multi-billion-dollar budget gap. State funding is running the largest chunk of the mayor's preliminary budget plan. News 12 political reporter Heather Gibbon is in the Media Center now with the details on how the Department of Education plans to cut costs while also meeting a critical class size mandate. Heather.
Marissa, it's no easy task to find savings without reducing the quality of education for students, but Schools Chancellor Kumar Samuels and the DOE are up against the clock in order to meet that state law class size mandate by September. Chancellor Samuels says they need more time and money.
I think it's going to be very difficult to get to 80% by September.
The countdown is on for New York City schools to shrink their
$5.4 billion
class size
budget
in order
gap?
to comply with the 2022 state law. Right now, the DOE says they are at 64% compliance on the way toward meeting those requirements.
We asked all of our principals to respond to a survey that outlines, that asks them several questions. If you have the space, what resources will you need to get to class size?
Facing a $5.4 billion budget gap, Mayor Mamdani tasked all agencies with tightening their spending. The DOE's portion is the largest, estimated to be 40% of the $127 billion preliminary budget.
The DOE's budget continues to have areas that appear to be over budgeted. For example, the budget for books has been consistently over budgeted when comparing actual spending to the adopted budget. On average, the DOE has underspent $43 million on books each year.
When questioned on where the DOE could find savings, top officials did not have the records handy.
In the way in which we've been looking at savings, I want to make sure we're being careful because we want to ensure that there's no disruption to any school level services.
The Citizens Budget Commission says the city can close that gap without hurting students by aligning school funding with declining enrollment, consolidating smaller utilized schools, and pausing new construction.
This?
The Citizens Budget Commission
Oh,
also
yeah.
says rescinding the class size mandate could actually save the city roughly $1.2 billion a year. At the Digital Center, Heather Fordham, News 12. Heather, thank you. All right, let's get another check of the weather now. We have Skylar here in studio with us. We had to just get through some rainy days today and yesterday. Hopefully some nicer days. Yeah, hopefully. And so we're going to get that, Marissa. Tomorrow's going to be better. We're going to have more sunshine. Looking forward to it. It was chilly out there today. It was changed from this time yesterday. Actually, taking a look at those temperatures, Marissa, from about 5 p.m. today versus 5 p.m. yesterday, we are anywhere from 10 to almost 19 degrees colder out there right now versus that time yesterday. So chilly conditions aren't going to continue for the next several days. We usually expect during this time of March around 52 degrees. We're going to be seeing that as we head into the middle parts of the week, but our Tuesday temperatures are going to be working their way into those higher 40s. Now, taking a look beyond that, Thursday looking even warmer. Those 60s are going to be returning. Welcome back. We would love for you to stay, but we're not going to be seeing that as we look to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those temperatures back in the 40s and the 50s. Now, taking a look at temperatures as we head out the door early on throughout the day, temperatures going to be in those 40s, warming up to the higher 40s. But take a look at all of that sunshine. It was a gloomy Monday already. Mondays are tough enough. You know, we're saying goodbye to the weekend. We're starting our work and school week, and then you add all the clouds that we were dealing with. So those are going to continue to clear out overnight, as is that rain. Then as we head throughout the day on Wednesday, we're going to see a few more of those clouds. Then there could be some rain into portions of Thursday and our Friday, but that's the main rain that we're tracking over much of the next week. So a drier overnight, a drier Tuesday, drier as we head throughout our Wednesday, and then those rain chances starting to tick up as we head throughout Thursday and our Friday. The weekend, as of right now, looking to be on the okay side as well. So some good news right there. But taking a look at those temperatures as we progress throughout the next several days, we're going to see those returning to where we would like to be, but we're not totally fully into summer-like or spring-like weather, but we have this sort of spring-like on and off nature to what we enjoy and don't.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Sloman's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right, you don't need to make any payments for 18 months. On top of that, Sloman's will include a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including yearly annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant. Get an AC system installed with no payments for 18 months interest-free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your installation scheduled.
Attention former female inmates of Rikers Island Prison in New York City. The new city GMBA law temporarily removes the time restrictions for bringing a case. If you were sexually abused at Rikers Island at any time in the past, no matter how long ago, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. For years, prison officials ignored complaints about sexual abuse at the facility. Inmates who were threatened, forced, or pressured into sexual activity with corrections officers can now pursue justice. If you were incarcerated at Rikers Island at any time and were forced or pressured into sex with guards or subjected to any sexual misconduct, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call the number on your screen to speak with our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline now. But hurry, there is a deadline to file your case.
800-635-5706. That's 800-635-5706 now.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow. Awesome. Cool.
Sweet. I like your dress. You look pretty. No, you look pretty. No, you look pretty. No, you
Right now, lease the number one selling midsize sedan in America. The 2026 all-hybrid Camry with all-wheel drive for just $259 a month.
go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
My name is Maya. This is a story of how I got my life back at HSS. I knew I needed hip replacement surgery, but I was scared and delayed it for years. It was unbearable. I couldn't play with my kids. I chose HSS because they're the best in the world. The doctor helped me realize that I didn't need to live with the pain. Going to HSS was the best choice I've ever made.
News 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Saver. Prepare to be impressed.
We're back with wild video showing the aftermath of a car hooking onto a divider after crashing here into another car. Take a good look at your screen. You can see that dark blue sedan on the divider there of a bike lane on Park Avenue. You can see the front of the other blue car crumpled lying there on Claremont Parkway. We're told the crash happened a little after 7 o'clock this morning. One person refused medical attention at the scene. No word yet on the cause of the crash at this hour. A first-generation Dominican-American high schooler is making quite a mark here in the Bronx. Here's News 12's Jody Juliana Powell with this Women's History Month Spotlight.
A straight-A student at the Young Women's Leadership School, vice president of her school student union, captain of the volleyball team, and manager of the basketball team. And that's just the beginning for 10th grader Zoe Trinidad. Outside the classroom, she serves on the Borough President's Youth Council, where she helps develop ideas to address issues impacting young people in the Bronx.
And like what schools could possibly need, whether that's like soap or tissue, because it's usually some of the stuff, some of the basic necessities schools lack sometimes.
After getting to know Zoe, you may be wondering, how does she do it all?
It's not easy. You have to make your sacrifice. I don't know if she even has a free period. Any free moment that she has, she's either studying or she's helping out with the club. And I know as soon as she gets home as well, like she's really dedicated.
Growing up around strong women, her mom and two older sisters really shaped her. She says it pushed her to want to aim higher and attend an all-girls school focused on building leaders.
Surrounded by smart, intelligent women who we do things like every day that are like mind-blowing. It's just like, it's kind of like a blessing.
As she prepares for a Women Empowerment celebration at her school, Zoe says her passion for women's studies is only growing.
I'm a clinical psychologist because I think just like women's health, especially in like women, is so important.
Her goal is to turn that passion into real change. From Mount Hope, Jody Juliana Powell, News 12, The Bronx.
There is a bright future ahead for her. Jody, thank you. DoorDash is helping its workers who are feeling the pain at the pump. The food delivery app is launching an emergency relief payment program for Dashers who drive more than 125 miles or more. It starts at $5 and goes up to a max of $15 based on miles driven. DoorDash says Dashers who qualify could save between $1.40 and $1.90 per gallon. The program runs until April 26th.
The Bronx Time and Temperature is brought to you by Excellence Community Schools. Apply now and be a part of an award-winning network of tuition-free public charter schools. Go to excellenceschools.org now. News 12 is brought to you by Honda of New Rochelle, the #1 certified Honda dealer in Westchester and the Bronx.
Honda of New Rochelle. 5G internet may sound good for your business at first, until you realize your internet connection is unreliable and not secure.
That's because 5G internet runs on shared cell phone towers, with service that slows down when more people are online. They call it fast internet, we call it not good enough. Optimum Business Fiber Internet delivers a fast, reliable, and secure internet connection, now starting at just $65 a month. Don't take slow for an answer. Visit Optimum.com/business to switch today.
Grow your business with Optimum Media. With solutions that reach audiences across multiple platforms like TV, mobile, and more, we offer advertising for everyone. We'll create a customized multi-screen ad campaign that reaches your potential customers where they are, anytime, anywhere. Optimum Media is advertising for you. Are you looking to align your business with the power of News 12? Scan the code to find out how to take your business to the next level through advertising and sponsorships with News 12 and News 12 New York.
You can score a deal on a new vehicle this March at Central Avenue Nissan. Get 0% APR, 0 down payment options, over 400 vehicles to choose from, and more. Yes, we can. And with our low price pledge, you'll always get our lowest price. Lease the new 2026 Nissan Rogue SV for just $189 a month for 39 months. You can score big with a short 10-minute drive from the Bronx. Central Avenue Nissan in Yonkers and online at centralavenissan.com.
Time to turn that old broken jewelry into cash. Here at Rocco's Pawn Shop, we have the top of the line equipment to test the purity of your gold and get you a same-day cash payment. We specialize in luxury watches and have a mobile app that allows you to keep track of your pawns and make payments. Secure storage is our priority. Your items will be kept in a safe place at all times and handled with care. We are GIA certified and can give you a free estimate on the spot. Rocco's Pawn Shop. Fair, fast, trusted.
Welcome to Cohen's Fashion Optical, your one-stop vision center serving New York's eyes since 1927. We carry a wide selection of top designer brands like Gucci, Vita, Cartier, Cazal, and Ray-Ban. We offer flexible titanium lightweight frames for as low as $99, and we accept most insurances as well as union plans. Stay on trend with the latest fashion eyewear and all of your eye care needs when you visit Cohen's Fashion Optical at the mall at Bay Plaza.
Right now on 12, an investigation is underway after a plane collides with a fire truck on the runway at LaGuardia Airport, killing 2 pilots. We're bringing you expert analysis from current and former employees from that airline, plus the latest on the search for answers. Thanks for joining us here on News 12 The Bronx, where local matters. I'm Marissa Santorelli. News 12's Lindsay Tanny has been there at LaGuardia following this story all day long. She joins us now with the latest details. Lindsay.
Marissa, there is no doubt this is a tragic day here at LaGuardia as 2 pilots are dead and several others are severely injured after an Air Canada plane crashed into a Port Authority fire truck. This happening last night at around 11:40 at LaGuardia Airport. You can see the damage from that fire truck and that plane behind me right now. Listen, it's the first deadly crash in LaGuardia in more than 30 years. One that temporarily closed the airport and launched an intense investigation.
Stop, truck 1, stop.
An Air Canada plane crashes into a Port Authority fire truck seconds after air traffic control cleared the truck to enter the runway.
Truck 1 company, cross for Delta.
The impact killing the 2 pilots, ejecting a flight attendant from the plane, and sending more than 40 people to the hospital, 9 of them with serious injuries. Now there's a multi-agency investigation.
We are working our hearts out to make sure that when people travel, whether by rail or car or by air, that they travel safely.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy ensuring travelers their safety is top of mind. Adding air traffic control needs more money.
We need more money for air traffic control. We are modernizing our system, but we can't fully modernize it until the Congress gives us additional money.
Mayor Mamdani and Governor Hochul extending their condolences for the lives lost in this crash. They say they're grateful for the first responders and the passengers on board who helped people get to safety.
We went down for a regular landing, and we came in pretty hard. We immediately hit something, and it was just chaos there. About 5 seconds later, we didn't come to a stop, but in that short period, I mean, everybody was hunkered down and everybody was screaming. Pretty quickly, we didn't have any directions because the pilot's cabin had been destroyed, so some quickly said, let's get the emergency exit and get the door and let's all jump out. And that's exactly what we did.
The NTSB now investigating what happened. In the meantime, questions point to Secretary Duffy for more information on what went on in that air traffic control tower.
We're a couple controllers short in total, but it is a well-staffed airport. I get 33 certified controllers that operate out of the tower here at LaGuardia.
Now, we're still waiting to hear back from the NTSB for some more details on this investigation. Sources say that the people that were in the fire truck were hurt. We're unsure what the extent of those injuries are. Now, for travelers, LaGuardia Airport has been open since 2 p.m. and flights are now taking off. But if you plan to come here today, I would definitely leave some extra time to get to the airport. Continue to stick with us here on News 12 as we follow this developing story. All right, so back to you. Lindsay, thank you for breaking down all of those details. Now, one big question is, what did it look like inside of that plane? Well, before she joined us here on News 12 as a reporter, our very own Shakti Dennis, she had a career as a flight attendant for the very airline whose plane crashed. She brings us a different perspective. Yeah, I was a flight attendant for 10 years for Air Canada. So this morning when I heard the news, I was in shock. I started texting my former coworkers and my friends to find out more about what happened and who was involved. Everyone I spoke to is devastated. And I spoke to a pilot who flew on Air Canada Jazz for 11 years, including 9 years on that CRJ 900.
It's just horrifying to think of how these pilots died.
Julian Compton flew the same Air Canada Jazz plane that crashed at LaGuardia Airport for almost a decade.
They have world-class training, but even with that, nothing can really prepare you for this.
Officials say the plane collided with an emergency truck right after touching down.
They were traveling down the runway at considerable speed because they had just touched down, even though they were decelerating. When a vehicle pulls in front of you, just like that, it's just, like there's almost no time to react at all.
He says he's flown in and out of LaGuardia more times than he can count.
It's a very hectic airport to fly it out of.
He says he's had a few close calls there himself.
I remember the first time was because it was an aircraft on the runway.
While the 2 pilots were killed, everyone else on board survived, including Solange Tremblay, the flight attendant sitting in the front right behind the flight deck. She was ejected from the plane, still trapped in her jump seat. I spoke to her daughter, who says Tremblay broke her leg in multiple places and had to undergo surgery, but in what almost seems like a miracle, she's expected to be okay.
I know Solange personally. We worked together a few times when I was at Jazz. Very nicely. She's very professional, very thorough in her work. I guess it wasn't her time.
So in this case, the crew was never able to get the command to evacuate. We now know why. So the passengers who were sitting at the emergency row did the right thing, and they waited a few minutes and then evacuated themselves. That's what you should do if you do sit at those emergency exits. You have a huge responsibility. Here at Studio Shakti Dennis, News 12. Such a different perspective, Shakti, thank you. Now, LaGuardia Airport is still trying to get back to normal this evening as travelers face much uncertainty. Now, earlier we heard that chilling audio, but unfortunately, it was not enough to stop the crash. We spoke with one aviation expert who says this incident or accident is known as a runway incursion. Essentially, it's a high-stakes error where an aircraft is not where it should be, and occurs federal regulators are desperate to stop.
Sadly, we see that aviation regulations are written in blood, meaning that there's a fatality and then maybe the regulations are changed. So it could be policies, could be procedures, could be improvement on communications.
Now, the NTSB, or the National Transportation Safety Board, is investigating how that truck ended up in the path of a landing plane, and that is only just the beginning. Switching gears now, let's get a check of the weather and bring in this well-watched meteorologist, Skyler Harmon. Skyler, can you tell us what the weather conditions looked like last night when that crash happened? Now, between 11:30 and midnight, we were dealing with some light rain. It was also sort of misty, and there was some fog out there that did lower some of that visibility. Visibility normally between 10 and 12 miles, but with some of that fog and with some of that rain, it was lowered to around 4 miles of visibility. There was a slight wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour. That official report was around 8 miles per hour, which is what we were dealing with during the time of that crash. So we're going to continue to monitor that, and there's going to need to be that official investigation
or death. Let's welcome back News 12 Shakti Dennis. She brings us insight into how they're trained to save people and how passengers should act in an emergency.
Often, people get on the plane and they're thinking about what they're going to eat or drink, or maybe, they're not happy with their seats, and that's, yes, most of what flight attendants deal with. Again, it's the training that flight attendants go through and what they can do in an emergency situation that is or the training that we don't learn how to serve people, we learn how to save people. So flight attendants are highly trained for any scenario, whether it's a fire, an emergency, medical situation. As flight attendants, we have to renew our training every single year. You can't fly if you don't have your recurrent annual training done. And we go over all types of scenarios in those situations. We have plane simulators, we practice our shouted commands. But the thing about, plane crash or those kinds of situations is that it's highly unpredictable. So we can, we train for as many scenarios as possible, but when it happens, you really have to use your situational awareness. And everyone kind of has to go with the flow because you can practice something as much as you want, but in the end, you don't know how that's going to play out. So when you do sit at the emergency exit, it's not just for the extra leg room. It is a responsibility, and in this case, the passengers who were there seem to have really taken on that responsibility and did what they were supposed to do. But it's maybe an extra thing to think about when you are booking that seat at the exit row. Am I going to be able to, as much as I can, do what I have to keep everyone safe? And we heard from the interview with Rebecca, she did say that everyone was helping each other out. Everyone was there for each other. That's the best case scenario. You want people to be united in this and really help each other. And again, apart from, unfortunately, the pilots, it seemed like it worked.
We are not trained to serve, we're trained to save. Shocking, that will stick with me for quite some time. Now, smoke in the control tower forced the Newark airport just a state away to evacuate earlier this morning and prompted a temporary ground stop and a shift of air traffic controllers to an alternate tower location. Fire crews began investigating the smoke around 7:30 this morning. Officials later said grinding gears and an elevator caused the condition. Controllers were relocated from the main tower to the airport's TC ramp tower, where operations resumed within minutes. And amid all of the breaking updates at our local airports, United Airlines says it will be cutting flights due to surging fuel prices caused by the war in Iran. The airline CEO says the affected flights will be ones that are less popular, including midweek and overnight flights. The CEO also said jet fuel prices more than doubled since the war began in late February. A surging price cost the airline an extra $11 billion this year alone.
Box is brought to you by St. Paul Housing. We help protect victims from prison and hospitals get the justice they deserve. Call 212-465.
I'll just eat it.
How do you get such great cash rewards for your clients? I say ketchup, most personal injury firms are like this ketchup. They cook to sell as fast as they can, which is not always good. But they underpay well. We're like this ketchup. We take our time with your kicks, we study it, and we never take a quick sell. Giving you the best possible reward. So don't settle. Get what you deserve. Harris gave you the go for. If you're in pain, you need law.
Do you like this? It's different, but we like different. Now, only is smaller to cut overhead. We say so, honey. That's a good thing. Look, grass-fed beef steaks.
I love these things. Yeah, they're all brand.
So no brand markup.
Hey, I'm James.
He's James. Hey, James. You got the quarter player card? Don't remember to get that guy. Hey, money's only different.
Just save us money.
There he is. Open the door, get out of the car.
Differences that save you money. It's not easy.
Welcome to Cohen Fashion Optical, your one-stop vision center serving New York's eyes since 1927. Featuring a wide
The thing that showers you, right?
Adidas, Cartier,
See the magnetic thing is not working?
and Ray-Ban.
The one you pulled down.
Yeah, just fix it. Come on, just turn the knob.
No, it's not.
Look, I'm showing you.
As well
I'm
as
showing you.
game plans. Stay on trend with the latest fashion eyewear and all of your eye care needs when you visit Cohen Fashion Optical at the mall at Bay Plaza.
Accidents happen.
When you least expect them. Whether you're going to the gym, the store, or even texting mom. At Lumen Senior Writing, we can't always be there before you get there, but we'll always be there after. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, medical malpractice, or involved in a construction accident, give us a call at 1-800-447-HURT.
Puedes apuntar un negocio en un vehículo nuevo este marzo en Central Avenue Nissan. Obtén 0% de interés, opciones con 0 pago inicial, más de $400 para elegir y más. Sin modelos y con nuestro compromiso de precio bajo, siempre obtienes nuestro precio más bajo. Llévese el X-Pro 2026 Nissan Rogue SB por solo $189 al mes durante 39 meses. Puede notar el ofrenda con un tiro a 10 minutos en coche de Bronx. Central Avenue Nissan en Yonkers y en línea en centralavenuenissan.com. News 12 is brought to you in part by Orange Bank and Trust, guiding business and growing wealth in Rockland, Orange, Westchester, and the Bronx.
Tends to be healthy.
How to be smart with finances. Make a change and set yourself up for 2026.
How can you have been searching for ways to live life better?
This skill is going to change my life.
Newswell's Emmy-nominated show Be Well has many new ways to help you reach your wellness goals. Watch Be Well every weekday at 10:30 a.m. on News 12.
President Donald Trump ordering federal immigration agents to help with security at U.S. airports as budget concerns continue. News 12's Tim Hartman is at JFK now with the latest details. Tim.
Well, Marissa, passengers are once again being asked to pack their patience as they head here to JFK. Some are seeing a shortage of TSA agents, while others are feeling the impact of the deadly crash and closures at LaGuardia. Colin Kurtz found himself on the floor of JFK after his early flight from LaGuardia was canceled.
I was panicked, so I just looked the first thing I could find out here.
Colin sat for several hours as long lines stretched around JFK's Terminal 8 this morning. This as a federal funding standoff continues, with many TSA agents calling out sick from work or leaving the job.
This is nuts. It literally wraps around the entire building. It's probably going to take 3 hours to get through.
But as the day grew longer, some lines got shorter, making it smoother for others.
We came like 3 hours early instead of 2, and it seems fine so far.
Federal immigration noticeably present among passengers as President Trump deploys agents to U.S. airports. Some lawmakers and union leaders say these officers are not trained for airport security and worry it could add more tension. Passengers with mixed reactions.
Move things along. It's a little weird. ICE agents, but I guess whatever works, right?
Wonder about ICE agents doing TSA work because they haven't been trained. So I did have a thought about that, but we'll just hope for the best.
I guess if it helps, it helps. For now, I mean, but they should really make a deal with Congress.
The Department of Homeland Security says more than 11% of TSA agents nationwide called out of work yesterday, the highest since the shutdown. We're told that more than 37% of TSA agents here at JFK called out, 21% at LaGuardia. Right now, it's unclear exactly how many federal immigration agents are being deployed to our local airports. We're at JFK tonight. Tim Hartman, News 12.
Further disruptions across the board there. Tim, thank you. The clock is ticking for New York City to close a multi-billion-dollar budget gap. School funding is earning the largest chunk of the mayor's preliminary budget plan. News 12 political reporter Heather Fordham is in the digital center now with the details on how the Department of Education plans to cut costs while also meeting a critical class size mandate. Heather.
Marissa, it's no easy task to find savings without reducing the quality of education for students, but schools Chancellor Kumar Samuels and the DOE are up against the clock in order to meet that state law class size mandate by September. Chancellor Samuels says they need more time and money.
So I think it's going to be very difficult to get to
80% by September.
The countdown is on for New York City schools to shrink their class size in order to comply with the 2022 state law. Right now, the DOE says they are at 64% compliance on the way toward meeting those requirements.
Asked all our principals to respond to a survey that outlines, that asks them several questions. Do you have the space? What resources will you need to get to class size?
Facing a $5.4 billion budget gap, Mayor Mamdani tasked all agencies with tightening their spending. The DOE's portion is the largest, estimated to be 40% of the $127 billion preliminary budget.
The budget continues to have areas that appear to be over budget. For example, the budget for books has been consistently over budgeted when comparing actual spending to the adopted budget. On average, the DOE has underspent $43 million on books each year.
When questioned on where the DOE could find savings, top officials did not have the records handy.
In the way in which we've been looking at savings, I want to make sure we're being careful because we want to ensure that there's no disruption to any school level services. So
The Citizens Budget Commission says the city can close that gap without hurting students by aligning school funding with declining enrollment, consolidating small and underutilized schools, and pausing new construction. The Citizens Budget Commission also says rescinding the class size mandate could actually save the city roughly $1.2 billion a year. At the Digital Center, Heather Fordham, News 12.
Heather, thank you. All right, let's get another check of the weather now. We have Skylar here in studio with us. We had to just get through some rainy days today and yesterday. Hopefully some nicer days ahead.
Yeah, hopefully, and those, we're gonna get that, Martha. Tomorrow's gonna be better. We're gonna have more sunshine. Looking forward to it. It is chilly out there today. A big change from this time yesterday. Actually, taking a look at those temperatures, Marissa, from about 5 p.m. today versus 5 p.m. yesterday, we're anywhere from 10 to almost 19 degrees colder out there right now versus that time yesterday. So chilly conditions aren't going to continue for the next several days. We usually expect during this time of March around 52 degrees. We're going to be seeing that as we head into the middle parts of the week, but our Tuesday temperatures are going to be working their way into those higher 40s. Now, taking a look beyond that, Thursday looking even warmer. Those 60s are going to be returning. Welcome back. We would love for you to stay, but we're not going to be seeing that as we to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those temperatures back in the 40s and the 50s. Now, taking a look at temperatures as we head out the door early on throughout the day, temperatures going to be in the 40s, warming up to the higher 40s. But take a look at all of that sunshine. This is a gloomy Monday already. Mondays are tough enough. You know, we're saying goodbye to the weekend. We're starting our working school week, and then you add all the clouds that we were dealing with. So those are going to continue to clear out overnight, as is that rain. Then as we head throughout the day, on Wednesday, we're going to see a few more of those clouds. And there could be some rain into portions of Thursday and our Friday. But that's the main rain that we're tracking over much of the next week. So a drier overnight, a drier Tuesday.
Yeah.
As we head throughout our Wednesday, and then those rain chances are going to pick up as we head throughout Thursday and our Friday. The weekend as of right now looking to be on the okay side as well. So some good news right there. Taking a look at those temperatures as we progress throughout the next several days, we're going to see those returning to where we would like to be, but we're not totally fully into summer-like or spring-like weather, but we have this sort of spring-like on and off nature to what we enjoy and don't.
Yeah, he did.
The Popeyes new $5 shakes, baby.
Tomorrow,
This or this.
it's Ferguson.
Or this. No one's stopping you from getting them all. So there's an idea.
Did you get that sugar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please get new 2026 Ford GLX front wheel drive for $229 a month.
Yeah.
It's almost heaven.
Can I change the channel?
Yeah.
What,
What, Mom?
Change the channel.
Oh, the remote is here.
Older than the trees?
All right. It's changing.
And
I respect the hell out of you and would tear you to pieces in a meeting.
Miss Leonard never spoke to her.
I'm gonna find your HP.
I don't know.
Only human.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone calling her daughter Romy said that her babysitter gave her a weed when she was 11 years old. She was responding to a comment on TikTok that said that her life is written by Sophia Coppola.
Yes, I was moved by Sophia Coppola. Is my story written by Sophia
And
Coppola?
Torin.
Let's not dive into the universe.
What?
But now a lot of people raise me like all the babysitters.
I
Yeah.
was raised primarily by many different women in their 20s. Mostly like
Yeah.
just random girls in their 20s that were so unfiltered. And then like
Yeah.
giving me weed all like
You spoke going down.
I didn't smoke till college. I was scared to death. I put a wet towel under the door frame. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
the RA would get you.
That's
I was the RA case president. Where are you?
Yeah.
You busting for weed all the time. I can smell something.
Little bit.
Over here. Over here.
She just celebrated a birthday. Do they get easier or harder to get older? Which is blessed, huh? They all get better. And so she views it as a positive thing. Because some people like have inherent resistance to birthdays.
What?
Don't.
Beaches.
Little.
Just announced.
Tiny
AB360
beaches.
total value on
Aye.
2026 Chevy
Beach.
Silverado. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members
Yeah.
only incentive.
Yeah.
On the next Access Hollywood, Hannah Montana's epic 20th celebration with Miley and her family on an unforgettable red carpet. Then Paradise season finale secret with next Access Hollywood.
Pronamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is
Yeah.
clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
It's time for a new kind of value menu. Hello, Panera's new mix and match menu. Just $4.99 each. You choose two or more faves like these. The new mix and match menu at Panera. Now that's a deal that's actually a meal.
Defy aging science with a serum that does it all. New Serum Le Duo by L'Oreal Paris. 2 serums in one pump. Collagen, peptide, and vitamins infused in an ultra-sensorial formula to deliver 10 anti-aging benefits. New Serum Le Duo by L'Oreal Paris. Helping pets
Yeah.
at need is now as easy as slipping into a pair of
That's what I
Skechers. With
remember.
hands-free Skechers Bob Sport slip-ins, this year Skechers will donate over $600,000, and they donated over $13 billion and helped over 2 million pets. Hands-free Bob Sport slip-ins from Skechers.
So how would you like a chance to win a theme park vacation at Universal Orlando Resort? Universal Orlando offers 4 amazing theme parks with mind-blowing rides and attractions that'll take your imagination where it's never gone before. Plus, you can recharge between the fun when you stay at the Universal Terra Luna Resort. Universal Orlando will change the way you vacation forever. Tanner, at Access Hollywood's Instagram account and subscribe. Find our sweepstakes post, like it, and share a comment for a chance to win.
And here at Universal's Epic Universe, you can join in on the adventure by taking a ride on Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, which takes place where the final film and books end with Dolores Umbridge standing trial for all of her crimes. And I got an exclusive tour through the ride's incredible queue.
Very cool. And that will do it, folks. From Universal Orlando Resort, Epic Universe. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Where are we? Well, we are officially at the Metro Flu. This is your personal one, and so I can't wait to see you on the other side. See you on the other side.
Yeah.
What is happening?
This is next level. Tell me what I'm looking at.
So it's here that you arrive as the Ministry of Magic agent, and this is where you find out that Umbridge is standing trial for her crimes. These are all the incredible Ministry offices, and you see even more details as you continue through the queue.
Anisha, this is big. Tell me about the never-before-seen map.
It's so exciting. You can see so many different places that you're going to see in the attraction, and that people have never seen
Yeah, I was there too.
point out an Easter egg. Tell her this magnificent room. So we are in Dolores Umbridge's office, and it's so
Oh, yeah.
iconic. It's beautiful. And all the cats. Oh my gosh, we have the iconic cat
Yeah.
portraits everywhere over here, as well as this amazing other
Yeah.
cat portrait at the back. The cats are everywhere. Me out.
Test your patience and your vehicle. Ford SUVs help you get a grip on the season. Slick roads, we're on them. Muddy trails, concrete. Heavy drifts,
Yeah.
you've got this. Why compromise on capability? Focus on the ride, not the forecast. Competitive owners can now lease a Ford Bronco Sport for $229 off for 36 months.
Yeah.
At the local Ford stores.
And Mr. Taylor did the same thing, right?
I wish to present the importance of hard work and determination. Not backing down when things are tough. Of being there to help a friend. Because it is only when we work together that we achieve true greatness.
100% US-based workforce, 100% US-built fiber broadband network. Spectrum is America's connectivity company. Over 250 years ago, Dr. Taxi Super dumped the team. Now with the Rand Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people with 0% financing for 61 tons of 2026 models. Also, your sales tax plus no monthly payments for 90 days and a 10-year $100,000 powertrain limited warranty. Nothing stops Ram.
For well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease the 2026 Ram 1500 Big One Q-Cab 4x4 with a heavy V8 engine for $449 a month. See your tri-state area rent dealer.
And now Mr. Taylor. Mr. Simpson's is
Wow, I love that.
yeah.
You should really get that. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow.
Dad, it's your shot. Damn, it's shot. There you go. Designated swinger. That's a power move. Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury. That's also a power move. Morgan & Morgan.
Yeah.
Doing my first EMT ride along today. Joyce makes all the nurses do them so we better understand the patient experience. I'm a little nervous. It's basically my normal job, but well, red lights.
Bruce and Maddie hitting the road. Yeah, when I heard Maddie's number got called, I knew I had to tag along.
Yeah.
Used to do these back when I was a young cub, and they were always singing.
Awesome.
Yeah, friend of med school. I had
Yeah.
a taxi guy stand right there on the highway meeting.
He did help. He did help.
About an eighth of an inch in length.
Why is that good?
What guys get wonderful. Yeah, this is where heroes and former.
Yeah.
War stories immortalized. Today it's out there, man. Strap in.
Also, should I take a Dramamine? I've never looked backwards in a car before.
Yes. They have a cheese in this. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you lucky
Yeah.
baby. You just plopped out into St. Dennis's new
Replaced Mr.
birthing
Paul,
center.
right?
If that was gross, leave it out. But we are excited because we are about to hire our new head midwife. She's going to be the face of this whole operation. And to help me, I have Alex here as my trusted right-hand man.
That woman.
Yeah, we're not at the Democratic National Convention, Alex. It's fine.
No, I would just like to say,
Yeah,
Joyce, I'm very proud of you.
You worked really hard to get here. Preach. The delays, the setbacks, the failed inspection. We are.
Introduce you.
Yeah.
Every time I take a bath, I slide down into the water and I think, I'm never coming up.
Yeah. So
Well, that's
they
not
should
Yeah.
Okay. Big course benefits. And
Yeah.
you say your name.
And then knock the mind over.
Can I bring them back?
Mm-hmm.
That's my pen.
So they
Nope,
just.
it is my pen and it is the best color. But I think exactly. It doesn't smudge, I know, because it's my pen. I got a pencil piece. It's got a B on the side.
I know this because we worked at a hospital with limited supplies.
Yeah, I remember them.
To actually find something that works, it's like a ray of sunshine. So when I am using this
Yeah.
pen, I have to do that to sell it. Here, bring it mic closer.
And you want to set up balloons?
think that's Meyer. I don't know.
Well, you've delivered sauces and babies, that's amazing. Well, hard
I
worker.
remember them.
Yeah, nice bounce from farm to farm.
That's Mary.
I mostly deliver pigs and goats. And how many humans what?
Food back.
I encourage all my mothers to give it to centers.
Yeah.
And also the umbilical cord. Can you eat that? Oh, yeah. You can pretty much eat anything that falls out. Can I smoke in here?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, I don't move as well as I used to.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Wow, okay.
Okay, so everyone is aware of the rules.
Me too.
Come on over, Tassie.
If you're not interested,
Talk a little bit.
keep it if you are.
So I made a late in life career change and I've been assisting over the clinic at Brick for the past 16 months.
Okay, so
Nice. All right, and it says here
can I
that
have
you
your
are
name, your
a man.
age, your occupation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like to call myself.
Okay.
Is it before they pop out?
Most husbands.
Yeah,
It's
that's great.
I don't know what the problem is. You just don't have enough human experience. You know what? A pig's vagina and a human's vagina are nearly identical. You can barely tell the difference.
What do you
You
do?
can probably tell the difference. Okay. What's that? That is a human
Trying
vagina.
to understand who you are, get to know you, safe intercourse.
Okay, that is a human
So
vagina.
love for our
The
next
tagline.
Why are you in my house?
Anyone lost? Right where we're sitting. Smell it definitely here. That's just an air freshener. Put it onto the vent right here. Okay, let's just go. Let's hit it, guys. Yeah, look. Hold on, doggy. I've got to be ready to leap out. How long, doggy? Come on, let's go. Can't leave this in the book. Okay, we're all good back here. We got it clear.
What?
There you go. Let's go. Hit the lights.
I don't know.
Let's play some music then. Keep distracted. Hey guys, is anyone seeing a white
11:30.
ring with a baby B on the side? Hey, can we ever watch Richard Boss? Let's have a video. Just a comment. Has anyone seen that picture of Linda? Why would anyone steal a picture of your wife? That's what's got me concerned. Shh. Why? You took my kid.
Oh.
Did you take the picture of Linda? No, I gotta do that. Yeah. That's the puzzle.
This next resume looks really good though. She's got an advanced degree and great references.
Experience with human babies. Does she get itself?
Second.
Hi there, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Wait! A small world! Ashley,
St. Dennis Medical. Oh, my mom put that. What?
Ashley is dating Sanderson, my former fiance.
Oh, that's my mom.
And they met right in front of me. How are you, girlfriend?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I hope this isn't too weird.
Oh, God.
No, if anything, it's weird. It's not weird.
Oh, well then I guess it is weird then.
Oh, she's funny too.
I see that.
Yay! Yay!
That's fun.
Everyone has free offers on the latest phones. But
Yeah.
T-Mobile gives a lot more. T-Mobile family save over $3,700. Guys, in the past 5 years, our experience plans include amazing benefits like downloads, free dash pads like DoorDash, and a bunch more.
I'm leaving now.
Oh, yeah, that's 5-year price guarantee.
Alright.
Keep saving.
Good night.
Save on a big scale.
Talk to you
Switch to
tomorrow.
T-Mobile and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
Einstein more you than ever. Without compromise. That's what makes you